Hi team, it's Nightingale here. I am here to tell you about the gear that I use during my Lone Star hiking trail through hike and the gear I'm going to be taking for the PCT. This is a two-part video. So the first part is going to be my basic gear that I use during my Appalachian Trail hike, my Lone Star Trail hike, and the gear I'll be using during my Pacific Crest Trail hike. From there, on the second video, it's going to be talking about, cut. Hi team, it's Nightingale. I'm here today to tell you about the gear that I use during my Lone Star hiking trail and the gear I'll be taking during my PCT attempt through hike. This is going to be a two-part video. The first part is going to go over my basic gear that I took during my through hike of the Lone Star hiking trail, and I'll also be taking on the Pacific Crest Trail. The second video is going to talk about the swaps that I'm going to be making and the differences between the gear that I'll be using, but most of it is pretty much the same. So stay tuned for the second video if that is something that you're interested or would like to follow me along. And if not, just stick to the first video so you know what I took out over in Eastern Texas. So let's get started. The way this video is gonna work, I'm just gonna go over my pack. I'm just gonna start pulling stuff out, showing you what's on the outside and what is inside. First things first, this pack right here is a Gossamer Mariposa 60. Same pack that I use on the Appalachian Trail. This is the pack that I use on the Lone Star Trail, and this is the same pack I'll be using during my Pacific Crest Trail attempt. I am sticking to this pack because it is very comfortable and it fits my frame. I'm a 5'1" short person, and this seemed to work with my body type, so I'm sticking with it. So let's go ahead and go over what's on the outside with the straps. So for the strap, I have a bottle water holder, same brand, Mariposa, not Mariposa, same brand, Gossamer. Cell phone holder, same brand, Gossamer. I have my umbrella along with my tent. Within the strap right here, I have my umbrella holder. And in my cell phone bag, of course, is going to be my cell phone and my headphones. On the other side, I have my Garmin Mini InReach that I'll be using in the Pacific Crest Trail. Even though I carried it during my Lone Star hiking trail, I did not use it. I was just carrying it just for the weight of it. On this side, I have a water bottle. 1 liter water bottle, smart water bottle. Actually, this is like water. And then I have my dirty water bag, NOC 3 liters. For my water filtration, I use a Sawyer squeeze, and this is the same one I use on the Appalachian Trail. This is my second one because my other one in the Appalachian Trail broke. So I'm on my second one here. Inside my hip pockets, I don't know if you can see it from here, so I'm just going to show you. I have my wallet when I carry my cash and my IDs, chapstick, and then I usually carry all the snacks that I'm going to be eating throughout the day in my hip pocket and my electrolytes. Second pocket, I have kind of like the essentials. Ibuprofen, hand sanitizer, sunscreen, and my little knife. And also hanging from my hip pocket, I have my cooler cloth. And if you don't know what a cooler cloth is, it's technically my pee rag. Like I mentioned before, I have my umbrella, which comes really super handy when it's extremely sunny and when it rains. It is a lifesaver not to have water like all over my face. I have my C-Pack Duplex 10, and I'll insert a picture of it so you can see it standing up. And let me see, on this side pocket right here, I have my sunglasses. I bought new little towels for the PCT, but I use the same type of disposable towels during the Lone Star Trail. I use it for any spills that I may have in my tent, and also to wipe condensation. If you watch one of my videos, some of my videos from the Lone Star Trail, you saw me showing you what it looks like to wipe the tent. This right here is my pack cover. Even though I use an umbrella, I also use a pack cover. And this one is the C-Pack pack cover, but I'll be swapping it out, and that comes on the second video. And lastly, my stakes. And they're still dirty from the Lone Star Hiking Trail. Okay, let's move to the front of the pack. So there's this little handy dandy pocket here, and this is where I keep my headlamp. And if you see any, I just smacked myself in the face. If you see any gear that you're interested on, just send me a message and I'll tell you what it is. Just keep in mind that I have no affiliation with any of these brands, nor I am being paid to promote this. This is just gear that I researched and just bought and worked for me. I've used other gear, but this is what's worked for me best. Here is a new addition. I am adding a little foam pad. It's a Gossamer, again, foam pad. It's about a 1/4 of an inch thick. And I'm gonna be using this pad for extra heat under my sleeping pad. Also, this is what I'm gonna be using when I do my morning stretches and my yoga. Moving to the front, I have a carabiner. This is where I carry my camp shoes. As you all saw on my last video, I told you that I lost my Crocs when I was crossing the San Jacinto River. So I need to get new Crocs to take with me to the PCT, but usually they just hang back here. And I also have safety pins. And these safety pins right here, I use to hang on my underwear and my socks when it's sunny, to let them out to dry. In my front pocket here, I have, and no shame to admit it, my pee bottle. I do not like getting out of my tent at night. I think it's a hassle. So guess what I do? I use this wide mouth pee bottle to do my business, number one only. And I got this trick from another thru hiker that posted videos a while back, Ultra Hiking Girl. If you don't know who she is, look her up. And then I have my poop bag right here. And what's in my poop bag, you might ask? I have toilet paper. I usually take the carton out of the toilet paper roll and just squish it all together and put it in a Ziploc bag. I have my wipes. I use these wipes to wipe my feet, my legs, arms, and my private areas every night before I go to bed. I try to take care of my personal hygiene as much as I can on the trail. I know sometimes we get the bad name of stinky hikers because we truly are stinky, but I try my best to keep myself clean. And then this is what I use to wipe myself after I go number 2. And this is my pooping scoop, where I dig, do my business, and put everything, all the dirt, back And this right here is the bag that I usually use to put all my wipes. I do not bury wipes. I just bury my TP only with my poop. And then when I go into town, I empty. And this is like one of those like poop bags from doggies, from like doggy parks. That's what I use. And lastly, in this out pocket, I have my bug spray. I carried it with me during the Lone Star hiking trail. There was no bugs, luckily, because of the time of the year, but better be safe than sorry. I'll be carrying this probably after the Sierras, where it's gonna get really buggy and hot in the PCT. And I believe that covers it for the outside of my bag. So let's go ahead and go inside. So this is how I keep my bag waterproof. I use a big contractor bag, and it's worked for me in the Appalachian Trail. It worked for me in the Lone Star hiking trail when I had to swim across the San Jacinto. Everything stayed nice and dried inside. The only thing that was wet was the outside. And yeah, I'm not changing a thing. Everything's gonna stay the same. So this right here is my food bag, and I'll go over my food bag last. Oh, I have a couple stuff that I just threw here. I'll talk about that in a second. My clothing bag. My electronics and miscellaneous bag, and all these are in a little stuff sack. And lastly, my sleeping system. So let's go ahead and open these bags and go through each and every one of them. Sleeping system. So this right here is my sleeping system. I put it in a stuff sack, and it's waterproof, along the already waterproof trash bag that I put inside my bag. And inside I have my Thermarest Neo Air Extra Light. I use this during my Appalachian Trail through hike, Lone Star hiking trail through hike, and I'm gonna be using it also in the PCT. I am not gonna blow it up for you, but this is what it looks like. So I have my sleeping bag liner. Once again, I use this in the AT. Used it during my through hike of the Lone Star Trail, hiking trail, and will be using it during my PCT hike. I am a quilt user, so I use an Enlighten Enigma quilt. This is rated 40 degrees, and this was more than one enough here in Texas. And this is what it looks like. And of course, this is one of the things that I'm gonna swap, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. Moving on to my clothing bag. During my Lone Star hiking trail, I had to go to REI because I forgot my regular hiking shoes, and I ended up getting the Ultra Ventura 4 shoes to do the Lone Star hiking trail, with some gaiters that I bought at REI. However, for the PCT, I'll be using my regular Topos, and these are Terra Ventures, I believe that's what they are, shoes, along with my insoles. So, insoles. And my pretty gaiters. Okay. Also, before I go inside the bag, this is the fleece that I use during the Lone Star hiking trail, and it's one of the things that I'm going to be swapping out for the PCT. Okay. Sun shirt. And once again, if you're interested on the brand, just send me a message and I'll let you know. hiking shorts. This is what I wore. They're like bike shorts. I believe I got this at Dick's sports store back in Virginia when I was doing the AT. My handy dandy buff that you have seen me wear. I am a sock liner user. I use Injinjis because I get blisters in between my toes, and this helps lessen the likelihood of blisters. It doesn't fully take them away because the way my gait is kind of wonky, but it helps. And these are darn tough socks. They are amazing. Now going back to the stuff that I pulled out. This is my puffy. I used it during my Appalachian Trail hike. I used it during my Lone Star hiking trail through hike, and I'll be using it for the PCT. Rain gear. This is new to me, and I was trying it out during this hike. I had a larger size for the Appalachian Trail, and it was like a mint color. This is a black rain jacket and some rain pants, and they came out very handy when I was hiking the Lone Star hiking trail. Merino wool gloves. My sleeping socks. These are my clean socks after a long hiking day. I like to put my feet in like nice clean socks. And my sleeping clothing. And these are dual purpose. This is merino wool layers, and I use this for sleeping, and if it gets super, super cold, I will wear this under my regular hiking clothing. And that is it for the clothing that I wear. Of course, let's not forget about underwear. I usually take with me 2 pairs of underwear, 2 pairs of liners and hiking socks, and a bra. And this is the brand that I used. I used it in the AT, and I just ordered a new brand for the PCT, but I used my old ones during the Lone Star hiking trip. And this buff right here, I use it as my pillowcase, because what I do at night, I use my stuff sack as my pillow. So I put these over it so this material is not in my face, and this is my pillow. That's how I sleep. All right, electronics and miscellaneous bag. I have my journal. Yes, I do carry a notebook and pen. I know there's something about writing things down for me and just reflecting on the day. I did it during the Lone Star Trail, and I'm gonna do it again in the PCT. And I have a full one from the AT when I did the AT in 2022. Besides that, I have my glasses. Yes, I wear readers. This is my first aid kit bag. I have some bandages here. I have some Pepto-Bismol, Benadryl, some Band-Aids, first aid stuff pretty much, some tweezers just in case I get a splinter. I have my brush with little mirror. Let me see what else is in here. Oh, I also carry my repair kit. Yep, repair kit for my tent and my sleeping pad. Cotton swabs, extra hair tie, an extra carabiner, floss, extra lighter, and a needle and thread just in case that I have to repair my clothing. I'm also going to carry some KT tape for injuries. When I twisted my ankle hiking the Lone Star hiking trail, I wish I had this to tape my ankle. So I'm not taking the whole roll. I'm just going to take about 6 pieces, and I'm just going to fold them up and put it in my first aid kit. And one thing that I forgot in the Lone Star hiking trail were my earplugs, earplugs, earplugs. Okay. When I went to sleep, I went to put them on and I completely forgot about them. So I make sure that I put them in here. Of course, I'm not taking all this. I'm just taking 2 pairs. And that goes in my first aid kit. That I have my battery banks. I have a large one. And it's pretty heavy. It's one of the heaviest things that I carry. And then I also carry a small one as a backup, and anytime I go into town or I see a electrical outlet, I go ahead and plug them in right away. I plug them in using by this plug right here. It has 3 USB for my watch, my phone, Reach, and all these have a purpose. I'm not really gonna go into detail, but it's just enough cables to charge everything that I own at once. And that concludes my electronic personal bag. The last thing that I'm going to talk about, it is my food bag. This is from CPAC. It is actually a bear bag. It has an attachment with a cord to throw over branches if you want to hang the bag. I usually sleep with my bag. I know there's a lot of controversy about people sleeping with their food and not. There were areas in the AT that I hung my bag, but there were some areas that I just carried my food bag with me and just slept with it. Okay, so what's in my bag? I have my little pot. I made this koozie years ago for my pack in order to conserve fuel. So I usually cut off the fuel a couple minutes before the food is fully ready, and then I put my food in this little koozie to keep it nice and warm and conserve heat. And it helped me a lot make my fuel containers or cans last very long. Inside my koozie, I have my pot. It's just titanium MSR cooking pot. And as you can tell, custom made this myself. Inside I have my little lighter and my actual stove that I wrap up in a bandana until it's ready to use. And I want to believe this is a MSR2. I bought it years ago, even before the AT, when I was trying out gear for the Appalachian Trail. I don't even remember what brand it is, but it's lasted this long. And this is just like my little cooking system, along with my fuel. Besides that, I have my luxury item, which is a cup. I'm a coffee drinker and I need my coffee every single day. So this is where I make my coffee, and then my long spoon for eating. And the way I pack my food bag, I pack it by day. So what I like to do is I like to put everything in individual Ziploc bags. And usually this is what my day looks like. And inside this bag, I have my dinner, my lunches, and just keep in mind, this is just an example of what I carry. My lunches maybe with a tortilla and some cheese. This is just a meat stick and some mangoes. With my dinners, I like having candy, so I have Snickers bar. For breakfast, like I said, I'm a coffee drinker, and I usually do instant coffee with a Carnation Breakfast Essential. I mix it together. It's kind of like a mocha coffee. Mid-morning, I have my morning snack. I usually have another snack for the afternoon. And then I have my electrolytes, and that's what my day looks like. And I just remove my lunches, snacks, and everything and put it in my hip pockets. So the only thing that I have to look for inside my bag is just my dinner towards the end of the day. And I think that pretty much does it. I know this was quick and dirty. I just wanted to show you what I carry. I don't like to say that I'm an ultra light backpacker, because I'm not, but I try to keep things pretty light. My base weight, I believe, is about 15 pounds. And then with about 3 to 4 days of food, my pack weight goes to about 25 pounds. So that's what I usually carry. Once again, I try to keep things light because I'm 5'1" and I have a small frame. And I'm old, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of old. And I think that's it. Oh, trekking poles. These are the trekking poles that I use. I have some Gorilla Tape here for like quick repairs. And besides that, that's the gear that I use for the Lone Star Hiking Trail, the gear that I'm gonna use for the PCT. With that said, stick around for the second part of this video where I'm gonna talk about the swaps that I made, but pretty much everything stayed the same. Thank you so much for watching, and I am so excited that you're following my journey, and I hope this inspires you to go ahead out there and hike your hike. See you soon.